Wyoming Traveler here, and I'm at Fort Bridger State Historical Park. And Fort Bridger, like Fort Laramie, started off as a trading post and then later on became an army fort. Unlike Fort Laramie, there are parts of Fort Bridger left, and the state has reconstructed the old Fort Bridger trading post. So let's go look at Fort Bridger, the trading post. This is a statue of Jim Bridger, the famous mounted man, explorer, trailblazer, an icon in American Western history. Jim Bridger and Louis Vasquez established a trading post near the Green River Ford in 1843. The post served travelers on the California, Mormon, and Oregon Trails. We're now proceeding to the replica of the Fort Bridger trading post. The Wyoming Parks Department built a replica of Bridger's fort. It looks like the stockade needs some work. Fort Bridger turned out to be little more than a crude collection of rough log-hewn buildings. The fort consisted of two stockaded areas, one the living and trading quarters, and then the other a stockade for the livestock. One immigrant described the fort as the buildings are 2 or 3 miserable cabins, rudely constructed and bearing but a faint resemblance to habitable houses. There were 4 structures, or 4 cabins. Okay, one was a supply warehouse. The other was a trading post. The third was the quarters of Bridger. And the fourth was the blacksmith shop. This was the blacksmith shop. This was also a shed of some type. Much of the time, Vasquez managed the fort, as Bridger was off scouting for the army or guiding hunting parties. In 1874, the first group of Mormons arrived at the fort. From 1853 to 1857, Fort Bridger became an important Mormon outpost. With the arrival of the Mormons, disputes arose between Bridger and the newcomers. In 1853, Brigham Young, the Mormon governor of the Utah Territory, issued a warrant for Bridger's arrest, claiming he was selling alcohol and guns to the Indians. Bridger escaped east. The Mormons then took over the fort, claiming they purchased it for $8,000 in gold, which Bridger denied. The Mormons expanded and improved the fort, including replacing part of the wooden palisade with a stone wall. By 1857, relations between the U.S. government and the Mormon settlements had deteriorated, and President Buchanan ordered an army detachment of 2,500 men into the Utah Territory. As the Army neared Fort Bridger, the Mormons abandoned and burned the fort. The Army wintered at the fort area and moved on to Salt Lake City the following spring. The Army established a military post on the site in 1858, and the fort remained on active service until 1890. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.